Eve at 7 p.m.
Richards with the touchdown, burning his defender.
94 WIP's Turkey Ball 6. Presented by Cheney University. Empowering minds, cultivating leaders, shaping futures. And sponsored by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers.
Real stories with Hellsberg.
I had the ring already. She had made it very clear what kind of ring she wanted.
Yep.
I pretended that I was going to kneel and picked up a pine cone instead of pulling out a ring.
What a jerk. But when I saw that ring, I was like, oh, he did good.
I really love Amy. I really, really genuinely love Amy.
I love you too.
At Hellsberg, find the engagement ring worthy of your story. Designed with the love, care, and craft it deserves. Visit a Hellsberg store or hellsberg.com.
Ooh, we got a question. Brian W. asks, it's the holiday season and I'm looking for deals. Is Xfinity having a Black Friday sale?
Well, Brian, our best deals of the year are here. Get iPhone 16 Pro on us. Just ask us how. Plus, you can also get fast, reliable Xfinity internet with a line of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited for a great low price.
So don't wait. Bring home a new iPhone 16 Pro built for Apple Intelligence.
And connect to reliable 5G and Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig on Xfinity Mobile.
That's a big deal.
More like a gig deal.
Now through December 3rd, ask how to get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us with an unlimited Plus line. Plus, get 300 megabit Xfinity internet and an unlimited mobile line together for only $35 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/Black Friday sale to learn more. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing or auto pay with your bank account, equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity internet. Gig speeds available via hotspots to Xfinity Mobile customers only. Reduced speeds after use and monthly data included with your data option. Actual internet speeds and data thresholds may vary.
Has your bank been committing penalties like delay of game and unnecessary roughness? As the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles, First Trust is contractually obligated to talk in football metaphors. By offering new ideas and clearing the path forward, we're like a brotherly shot for your bottom line. So when you're ready to challenge your bank, know you can literally sign First Trust today. First Trust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles.
This football season, get yourself a win by losing. Call NJ Diet today and you will lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days, contractually guaranteed. You'll shock family during holiday get-togethers, and more importantly, your doctor should finally be able to give you good news about your blood work. Not only that, but losing weight is linked to help boosting low T. Best of all, there are no shots or nasty side effects. Call today, 855-5NJ-DIET, or go to njdiet.com.
Hey guys, Ike Reese here. Did you know there's never been a better time to save on a brand new Acura than right this second at Elite Acura during the Acura Season of Performance event? They're rolling into Black Friday with unbelievable savings on their selection of over 175 new Acuras. Right now, lease a new 2024 Acura ZDX with the A-Spec package for $319 a month. But that's not all. They're taking it to the next level with a $4,000 Acura loyalty appreciation offer on top. Plus, you can lease a new 2024 Acura RDX with super handling all-wheel drive for $429 a month. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss these offers and more during the Acura Season of Performance event going on now at Elite Acura. Visit them today on Route 73 North in Mapleshade and tell them Mike sent you. Or shop their entire inventory online anytime at EliteAcura.com. And don't forget, no one can compete with Elite.
Call 567-908-0528 for offer details.
Lowe's knows you want to get even more value for the holiday. That's why as a My Lowe's Rewards member, you get new member deals on holiday decor, tools, and more. And you earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards to help you save on holiday and more. Not a member? Join for free today at Lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards, because Lowe's knows deals. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowes.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max used for adults only.
Hey, sports fans, if you're not calling John Anthony, you're simply missing out. To prove it, I'm releasing your Monday Night Report absolutely free on recorded message line. 1-800-244-5506. Baltimore at Los Angeles. Baltimore has a potent offense capable of explosive plays both through the air and on the ground. LA and their talented receiving corps can stretch the field and make the big plays. Tonight is going to be a monster game. I've got the side and total. That's 2 big plays. John Anthony has you covered. Call now. Hear him for free on recorded message. 1-800-244-5506. Information wins. Call 1-800-244-5506. You want the information? I've got it. Baltimore, LA, side and total. I love to go 2-0. Get the next 7 days for free on me. 1-800-244-5506. That's 1-800-244-5506. Or go to johnanthonysports.com.
Sponsored by JFSR Group.
This is Zach Gelb with Odyssey Sportsman. It's sponsored by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly. What a dreadful weekend it was for some of the top dogs in the SEC. Jalen Milroe was horrible as Alabama got blown out by Oklahoma. Jackson Darkin intercepted twice late to lose to Florida. Texas A&M lost in an overtime heartbreaker to Auburn. And all 3 of those teams now have 3 losses and shouldn't make the playoff unless the committee decides to screw over a 2-loss ACC team in a few weeks. I'm Zach Gelb.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Live from the Tasty Cake Studios. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is the Brandon Graham Show. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It is the Brandon Graham Show live from Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly, brought to you by Miller Lite. It is Miller time, Eagles fans. All right, it's a win. We got to start with E. Brandon Graham, how are you feeling?
You know what, man? With that right there, with that energy, man, what am I thinking about, man? I'm out here. I'm feeling good, man, coming in here. And at the end of the day, stuff happens in life, but it's how you deal with it. And so for me, the way I'm going to deal with it, I'm going to just serve my guys like I always do. And I'm going to make sure I maximize all that I can do as a captain for the guys. And I know I don't want nobody feeling bad for me because I'm still going to be me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because we all got stuff that we dealing with. People got way worse stuff that they dealing with. So for me, all I can do is be a service to my teammates and my team, and make sure that we continue to keep our mindset on the mission. And people gonna go down, but it's how you respond, and there's other opportunities for other guys like J-Lix, who I think is gonna be really good. You see Nolan Smith already coming out, and then Sweaty J for sure. And then I don't know how we gonna play it with anybody else coming in, but all I know is, man, we got a good defense. We together, and we gonna keep doing our dinners together. We gonna keep doing all this stuff. And whenever I can be out on that field after surgery, I'm gonna make sure I'm out there. But when I'm in that building, man, I'm all the way.
So I'm gonna ask you a couple things that I'm sure you've been asked already, and you'll be asked again. Mm-hmm. So the first thing is about this year. Is there I guess they don't know until you get imaging or whatever, but is there a possibility that at some point, maybe in the playoffs, you could return, or is this kind of an injury that you're done for this year?
I asked the same thing on the sideline. I was like, hey, when I first came on the sideline, because what happened was I ended up getting hit by the running back on the chip where I'm going past the lineman and the running back right there, and so he hit me right in my elbow, man, and I just know I just started holding it for a second. What got to the sideline, I mean, as you can see, I can still move it, do everything right, but it just, when I do certain movements, it was hurting me. But on the sideline, I'm like, hey, I'm good, right? He's like, can you do this, do that? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I can ball my fist up. I can do that. I'm about to get back in the game. And he started messing with it. And then he whispered in my ear that, man, I think you tore your tricep. And I was like, no. I'm like, man, I don't. And so he started doing these other movements with me. And boy, sure enough, I say, I think I tore my tricep. But man, I'm telling you, there's 4 months, 4-month thing.
Okay.
And, I talked to Javon Hargrave, because he just tore his, it's crazy that he tore his right on the Rams field in September, playing the Rams, out there with the 49ers. And I was talking to him about the whole process, and he was just saying, like, the first 4 weeks, pretty much, you're going to be in one of those
a sling,
and then you go from a sling to a brace. And then after that, that's when they start building, doing your movement stuff after like 6 weeks, really 6 weeks. And, it just gave me more clarity. And I had some good talks with some people, and man, they just made me feel better about the situation, and talk with my wife. And, we just going to attack this thing. And, I ain't never ruling out nothing, but at the end of the day, man, if I had to go out on a game like that, man, the game don't owe me nothing, and I don't feel like I don't owe the game nothing. It's more like everything just been a plus for me, because I love the game, honestly. But man, I was sick because I couldn't be out there with my boys, but I know I could be out there in another way for them. So I'm gonna make sure I maximize my new role.
And then the second question that is coming, I think you hinted at it there, coming into this year, the idea was that this would be your last year with the Eagles, and then you had to go and start playing well. Mm-hmm. Have you started thinking about rehabbing and potentially coming back and playing again next year?
Well, you know what, man? I definitely, it's definitely in my mind for sure to work, and but I want to see what it looked like for me as far as how I'm rehabbing, how I'm training, because I mean, every year is different. And I know how I've been playing this year. We worked so hard to get to this point, and so I had to make sure I keep that same drive to work, to make sure I stay at this point, make sure I keep my weight down, keep all this stuff that I've been working so hard on this off season, and not going to one of them stress eaters. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I notice about myself. I like to eat when I'm a little stressed, but I'm trying to be aware of all my little emotions, trying to deal with them the best way I can. And I know I'm talking about it a lot more and being more articulate on how I'm really feeling. And so I think I'm doing a better job with that. So we'll see, man. I'm excited for what's to come. The future is very bright on and off the field. Whatever it is, I know that I'm gonna go hard at it. And yeah, man, I'm proud of the guys, man. They worked their butt off for that game. That game right there, man, we wanted that one, and we went out there and got it. And it ain't easy to play on the road. So I just want to credit my guys, man. Them boys went out there and played their butt off.
At least the last couple of weeks said your elbow was giving you problems and hurting you. So you knew something was wrong, right? That something was wrong with it.
I knew every time, like times in the game, sometimes I get a hit and it's just a little quick sting, and then I'm like, okay, it went away. But this time, that sting would just lasted a little longer, but then it went away. But then when he started pressing on it and I started feeling that it was a little squishy, I knew something wasn't right, because I couldn't feel it when he was pressing it. And then when he told me to do some of the movements, I was like, yeah, I started to feel that pain even more. But man, like I said, I just had that love for the game. I wanted to get back in so bad, but I couldn't. He told me that. He's like, you done, man. Like, I can't even let you do that to yourself.
So they wouldn't let you.
Because I wanted to wrap it up. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to wrap it up. Because I'm like Ray Lewis did it. He did it. But that was Super Bowl though. If it was Super Bowl, I definitely.
Yeah, but he was using that deer antler stuff or whatever.
Illegal stuff. Deer antler spray.
Yeah.
So what's that?
He was breaking the rules.
Up?
I don't know what it is, but it was breaking the rules.
That's crazy. Hey, I don't want to do that.
No,
it ain't that. It is that serious, but it ain't that serious.
You know what? I know at some point Nick will address it. Nick Sirianni will address it in a certain way, and apparently you've already talked to the players and told them that in the Super Bowl winning year, you lost five key
guys.
Five key players.
Mm-hmm.
Did you? I don't like cliches, but next man up. Even though it's a cliche, it's reality.
Yeah.
So, did you explain to the guys? And I'm sure guys came up to you after the game. Next man up.
Yeah. I mean, I told them. I was like, look, the mission's still the mission. And so when our brothers go down, that's when we grow even more tighter together. That's when we got to do it even more for each other. Because I know if I see one of my brothers go down, that's going to make me go even harder because I know he wish he was out there. And I tell him all the time when I break it down, like, hey, you got to appreciate every moment you got out here, even with the guys that you got for this year, because next year is going to be different. How we going to have a whole mindset for a new team if we don't do what we're supposed to do this year? So I know for me, it was the same type of talk that I always had with the guys, like, man, appreciate the moments, take the pictures, get the videos, do the dances, the celebrations, all that stuff. You don't want to hold back because when you look back on it, you're going to be happy that you maximize on it. And now I just got to, I've been preaching it. Now I got to just, I got to, listen to my own words. And I'm just trying to be the best that I can with, just letting them know, hey, man, I'm going to be me. Being hurt, like I say, is 10%, 90% of what happens to you is 10% of how you deal with it. And so I know for me, I'm going to deal with it in a great way. And if I got some real issues, I go talk to somebody.
And then people are going to wonder, well, should the Eagles bring somebody in? I don't know that a guy can come in at this point in the season and be better than what's already on the team.
Yeah.
Have you looked at this team and say, there's guys here that can do it without them bringing something?
Oh yeah, for sure. We already had a 4-man rotation, and I'm used to a 3-man anyway. So Jaylen's just about to get some reps, and I'm loving that for him because he wanted this, and I'm gonna be there right with him to help him through all of it, and him, Nolan, Sweaty for sure. Sweaty gonna be a good asset to him to be able to learn from him and talk with him even more. But we need people to step up, and man, who knows? He might be the one to make the big play. You know what I'm saying? Then he make a big name for himself, and then that's the start of his legacy going forward.
You know what? You got to teach guys how to instigate the other team when they go out on the field. Right?
Hey, you know what? I don't want everybody to try to beat me. I want them to beat them with them being themselves. Do what you do with them being yourself. But if you talk stuff, hey, it's all good to let people know what's up.
You got to talk. Well, you got to walk the walk when you talk the talk.
You better, because they gonna come right at you.
Right.
CJ is a good instigator. I saw him in the Rams huddle at one point yesterday, so he can pick up some of that. I think.
Know. Sometimes you gotta be. I know how Fletch was my guy to hold me back sometimes, and I know I ain't trying to get in no trouble. I ain't trying to hurt the team with getting no silly penalties and nothing like that. But it is some people out there that lose their mind a little bit. So I'm gonna have to stay on like a JC or a CD when people say something. Sometimes, man, they get under their skin or might say something that might be true that because they know them. It's like, man, you gotta be able to step in the middle with them because them boys will go there.
I thought CJ was going to get a penalty when he was on the other sideline.
Yeah,
was that when Slay got hurt?
Yeah, that's when Slay got hurt.
On the other side, I said, wait a minute, he's going to get a penalty.
I know. Hey, the refs, even though they didn't give us no calls,
they were horrible.
They didn't give us no calls.
They screwed Landon Dickerson. Boy.
I know they did.
That was terrible.
I know it was, but we ain't here. I ain't here to talk about it. I'm just saying, I can thank them for that moment of not like getting.
Were they going to fine you for speaking the truth?
No, I just don't want nobody hitting me with my words and putting it out there saying, yeah, BG said the refs stunk.
Yeah,
well, they did. I'll say it.
He's saying it, not you. That would be clear.
Man.
Howard said it, not BG.
Man, it's crazy.
They had on the challenge on the fumble on that first series. The officials, how did they called a fumble on the field?
Yeah,
and then they let them start again.
Well, they didn't call a fumble on the field. They said it wasn't a fumble.
Well, yeah, but then when they announced that it was a fumble, we called a fumble on the field. Is what the officials said.
Oh, that's not what happened, though. Yeah,
I know.
The first drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just and Nick had to go down there. He said, "What are you doing?" He threw the challenge flag out before they started the play.
Yeah,
it was.
That was crazy because they almost got away with one right there.
Yeah, that could have changed
the game. That was big.
No question.
That was big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not a question, just a statement about you. And everybody says this about you, but I saw online what had happened, and then I see you after the game in the locker room. And there he is, the exact same BG that I see every Monday, who just tore your triceps, season ended, but with a smile, talking, the motivation, talking about your teammates, that sort of stuff. And then today, here we are the next day, the same place, and there you are, like with that same energy.
Yeah.
And I guess there's nothing, it's only to say that is to compliment your way. Because, people look to athletes for, kids look up to athletes, people look to inspiration from athletes, and you handling adversity that way publicly, I just think is really meaningful. And I think everybody in Philadelphia, they love you because you're a great player, but they also love you because you're you. And you were you last night, you're you today. So
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all. Honestly, man, like you say, you got kids looking up to you. And so for me, you know how fast these days be flying. Man, how fast we done already. We was talking Brazil, now what? We in week 12? Week
13. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And dang, I can't even wear my
12.
dang on my cars, my cleats. I got them all done up and stuff.
No,
but it's cool though.
Yeah.
Hey, but it's how fast time flies. Stuff will be, man, it's brighter days ahead, and you got to believe that. And so for me, when I tore my Achilles the first time, that was my first test of like some real adversity that I ain't dealt with in a while. And the first thing I could think about is, man, I just said I wanted to spend some time with my kids a little more, and look what happened. Now I get a whole off season with them, and so I want to make sure I spend that good time. And so I say the same thing with this. It's like, you know what? I might not finish the season right, but I get you some time to spend with the family again. We're gonna do some more stuff that's gonna help me get through, on top of being out there on the field, because that helps being out there in the thick of it with the guys, and it just make you feel like you're a part of it, not being far away from it. And I ain't running from it, and that's what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't run from it when adversity hit. You should look at it straight on and go right at it. And I think that's, for me, that's what I want to do. I just want to go right at it. I'm like, in a couple weeks, maybe a month from now, I'm gonna be happy because I'm gonna be in rehab and I'm been progressed and gotten feeling better, and I ain't gonna be thinking about it as much, especially if we still winning and we doing it as a team. Man, I think if anything, now I can sit back and be happy because my guys, it didn't rattle them or nothing happened. Everybody just got stronger from it. So I want to make sure that that they attack everything head on and don't worry about me, because I'm gonna be all right.
Now, I know you were talking about it from a team standpoint when you said if that ends up being my last game, it was a good last game. And I know you were talking about it from a team standpoint, but you specifically, all year, there's usually one play a game, at least, where it's a 4th and 2, and there's BG, or there's a big third down stop, and there's you. Yesterday, you were all over the place. Now, you mentioned that you guys really wanted it yesterday. Was there something about that game? Because you looked inspired, and I thought the defense in general looked really, really great. After the first couple of drives, looked really good yesterday.
Well, people kept talking trap game, this and that. They, just trying to they trying to really take the blow of, like, of, man, if we lose, it's all right, because we've been going on. It's like, nah, man, we going into every game trying to win. We trying to win. But it's just, when I heard that, I was like, it just gave me a little more juice, because I'm like, dang, people are already preparing themselves for us to lose, talking about a trap game, man. No, every week is a new week. Every day that we get to practice on how we practice that week, it showed up big in the game. Sometimes we wasn't on the boots and play actions in practice, and it showed up a little bit in there, but we tightened up. But it was just so cool that how we was all talking through the game and going through, hey, we need to stop here. We need a big one here. And, make that play next time. It's not nobody pointing fingers. It's just more like, hey, let's make it. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Together. And so, man, that's why we got such a good team. And I think I'm more hurt about me not being able to help them on a player level. But I know for me now, it's like, dang, like, man, I'm gonna make sure I maximize as with a captain and make sure that they stay their mindset and make sure that they know that I'm all the way 100% behind them, and I'm gonna help them any way I can.
That was a more important game than people realized, because it was a conference game. If you understood that,
I understood
right?
that.
Yeah. So you have to try to stay with Detroit. They're the team. I don't worry about Minnesota right now, but to try to stay, because they're in that division, they're going to get beat by Detroit.
Yeah.
But just, you needed to win that conference game. That could because that's the first tiebreaker. Is
conference games, man. And that
was a bigger win than just a win, even though you say it's just one game.
Yeah.
But you understood that.
I understand. If you got a tiebreaker and if you, like you said, you beat certain guys and the other team didn't, that's when the tiebreakers happen. So, yeah, man. I'm just, like I told y'all, a win is a win in this league, as you can see. And it's been happening, and we just been getting better every week. And, man, it's a credit to the coaches. It's credit to the players making the decision. After that bye week, man, everybody just wanted to get it right. And I think, man, we had a good Thursday game to help us get some rest for a weekend right in the middle. And then if we can get that first round bye, boy, that'd be even better. But all I want to do is have that shirt of winning NFC East, and then us go ahead getting that first round bye so we can make this run.
All right. Well, we'll take a break. Pete was nice enough, but Pete always brings you out a very special Brandon Graham plate. So,
what is the stuff that they got in the back?
Yes. Yep. So we'll take a break. We'll be back. If you're watching on YouTube, you have a question for BG, leave it in the chat. We will be back. This is the Brandon Graham Show, Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. It is brought to you by Miller Lite. It is Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.
The Celtics are a big home favorite. I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. The Celtics host the Clippers tonight, and Boston is laying nearly double digits. The BetQL model is backing the big home favorite. Celtics minus 9.5 is a 5-star best bet. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL and BetMGM apps today.
This Thanksgiving, Paramount Plus serves up a must-see NFL on CBS divisional matchup when Jared Goff and the high-flying Detroit Lions host top draft pick Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. It all kicks off Thursday at 12:30 Eastern with the NFL on CBS, streaming live on Paramount Plus.
You are never too old for a family. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is dedicated to finding forever families for children who have been waiting in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out of pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
The Piazza Auto Group is proud to have served as the halftime sponsor of the Eagles radio network for over 20 years. As we hope for another championship, it's the perfect time to drive home in the new or certified pre-owned vehicle you've been wanting. The Piazza Auto Group features 18 brands, including Honda, Acura, Mazda, Hyundai, Genesis, Mini, Nissan, Subaru, and Volkswagen. To find the location nearest you or to shop their extensive inventory, visit PiazzaAutoGroup.com.
For all station contest rules, go to 94WIP.com/rules. WIP hosts prepare for their shows in the Xfinity Mobile Lounge. Xfinity Mobile customers now get exclusive access to Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig in millions of locations nationwide.
Hey, Joe DeCamera here. Cap off the NFL week with a chance to win on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins on tonight's game. And you can build a same-game parlay for Monday Night Football. There's all sorts of ways to build a parlay and to win with FanDuel, including anytime touchdowns, rushing yards, who's going to have how many, passing yards over-under, money line, and more. It's all there at FanDuel.com/hammer. That's the website, FanDuel.com/hammer, with FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and FanDuel Sportsbook, the official partner of 94 WIP. Find the bet or bets that works for you and lock it in at FanDuel.com/hammer.
21 plus in President, Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is now withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
47 with rain overnight into tomorrow. High 60.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples store has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
I'm Mark Lynch, business manager of IBEW Local Union 98. We are proud to connect with the best Nika Pendel Jersey chapter. Together, Nika and Local 98 do the work that powers our great city. Local 98's 5,500 highly trained members approach every job with integrity and excellence. Our clients can count on superior craftsmanship completed utilizing the latest methods, and we're always ensuring safety on the job. If you want the best for your next project, use the top-notch professionals of IBEW Local Union 98.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
Headed out on the town or maybe just running some errands, but worried you haven't charged enough to make it everywhere? Whew. Don't stress. Shell has a growing network of reliable EV charging sites at popular retail locations and Shell gas stations. So you can pull up, plug in, and venture out. Now that's convenient. Shell Recharge. Download the Shell app today to find the nearest Shell Recharge location. For more information on locations and how Shell measures reliability, visit shell.us/Shell Recharge.
This is the Brandon Graham Show with Spike and Howard Eskin. Brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Pete's. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Brandon Graham Show, live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. It is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. So BGIS for questions in the YouTube chat, and it is mostly just how much everybody loves you, not a lot of questions. So this one, I thought, this one is representative of all the other ones. James said, Brandon, you are and will remain in my prayers. I hope that 16's in the cards, but if not, thank you for all you've done and stand for. You're a great Eagle. In my opinion, the greatest Eagle, and still the only UM guy I've cheered for before, besides my cousin Drew Henson. So there you go.
Okay.
Even people who don't like Michigan.
Man,
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. At least we got a common ground with Midnight Green.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm watching the game last night, and those first two drives, I'm sitting on my couch. I'm like, oh no, here we go. Yeah. But then after those two, all of a sudden, you guys tightened up. It actually looked like they were doing a little bit of what Tampa did to you guys, just those quick game.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens after those first two drives that stops them from being successful that you guys were able to do?
That's why I say, like, we talk about stuff on the sideline and how they trying to attack us. And you see in the first 15 plays, you can tell how the game going to go and what they trying to do, what they, so they always show their hand in the beginning. Both all the teams do. We all do. We never save nothing for real other than, just halftime adjustments and all that stuff. But, man, for the most part, they definitely were trying to do a lot of what they did in Tampa. Then the boot game, the play action, the boot game, running game. They tried to do the insert runs where the receivers was going in between the tackle and the tight end. That's what we call insert. And it just created another gap in the middle. And so when they go in, and then they was doing this too, where on the play actions, the receivers was going in between the lines, and that's how they do though. That's how we practice that though. We knew that they do that, but they did that a lot because receivers can get lost in the middle like that, where a guy that could be looking a certain way and looking to see where a receiver went, and then he ended up going through the line and being wide open in the flats. So a couple times when they ran boots, you see how Cooper Kupp and them, they line up right outside the tackle and get real close. Like it's just man, because they want to play with your eyes a little bit. They want to see if you being disciplined. And then in them type of games, you got to be disciplined.
Yeah, so when you're making those adjustments, you guys are saying that you're talking on the sideline.
Yeah.
How much of that is you guys communicating with each other, and how much of it is Vic changing scheme?
Well, it's not really changing scheme. It's more of he got scheme for certain. He got scheme for plays that they run, but then some plays might not be real good against certain schemes that they have. And so what we do is we talk about it and we look at the iPads and you see the formations and you try to look at the formation and see how they trying to get us. Most of the time, some of the games that we seen, the receivers was coming on was on our sides. Like, as say if I'm lined up on the tackle, if they run in the boot, a receiver come hit me from the side as the quarterback wrapping around. And, they did it a lot. But this game, they was bluffing us. They was acting like they was going to do that so that we can jump out and then the tackle will come grab us. But after we seen that they wasn't doing what we thought they was going to do, we just kept going after the tackle and not worrying about them bluffing us to make us react to them instead of reacting to the tackle. So that's the little stuff, man, that people don't see within the game that we talk about. But, man, it was that's why I said it's great communication, because it has to be great communication between coach to player, player to coach, because the coaches is not out there. He just said, what you see. I can tell you what I see as the scheme or what they doing, but how are they playing it? Is this guy really good? Can we attack him on certain stuff? And you see how guys handle different schemes that we put towards them, especially younger guys. And sometimes it's scheme mess them up because maybe in practice they practice to block a certain way with a certain scheme, and then we switch it up on them. Then it's like you got to make communication on the fly sometimes out there, even with us. When it's like, oh man, we ain't go over this, but hey, just trust your rules. Hey, you do this and you do this, and then we have to see how it kind of play out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's chess out there for real, and you really do gotta play the game. You gotta be patient.
I'm wondering if Matthew Stafford is the best quarterback you faced this year. He's a good quarterback.
He is, though. He is.
Yeah.
Burrow? Better than Burrow.
Who?
Joe Burrow?
No, you're right.
Yeah, Burrow and Stafford. But Stafford's good. He's got a cannon, man. He's got a strong
he can
arm.
make all the throws. He can make the throws for sure. You know what I'm saying?
And he did until you stopped him. I mean, it wasn't easy.
That's a good
crisp,
team, man.
and he finds tight windows. He does it all.
Because they have a good team. They just ain't been healthy. You know what I'm saying? And they finally was healthy these last couple games. And we knew we didn't play that game of people beating them. It's like, man, them boys hung with the Lions in the first game. Them boys was out there playing, and we knew that this team was good. And we went out there that first drive. I mean, we got that fumble. Thank you. But then the second drive, they go down there, they score. Then I don't know what we do. We got 3 points.
3 points.
Yeah, 3.
Right.
And then we come out second half.
I think it got to 7-6 too.
Yeah, 7-6. Yeah, and then that's when we took off.
Yeah.
But all it takes, man, is for us to get some stops in there, get them to punt a little bit, because that's what you want from a defense. You want to stop the drives and get off the field. And man, we definitely did that. And towards the second quarter, going into the half, especially when we missed the field goal. Or was that a field goal? Did he miss?
No.
They
missed the field goal. They missed the field
goal. No, but did we go for fourth down? We went for a fourth down, huh? How did they get the ball back before the half where Sweaty got the sack at the end? It might have been a turnover on downs.
Yeah.
I think we didn't get the fourth.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I think we only went for it on 1 4th down. It was in the fourth quarter on our.
I want to say
18.
we kicked it. Yeah,
I think we kicked it.
We did kick it.
Yeah.
We did kick it. Yeah, we kicked it. We was in the dome, and I know Jake can definitely make it in the dome from a little further. But yeah, I mean, yeah, man. I think we handled the situations well. We got off the field when we were supposed to. And of course, they gonna make plays because they professionals too. But I think when it came down to it, we had to fight against the penalties, and then we still made it work. And so, man, I just say we kept our composure, we kept our cool, and guys just made their plays when they were supposed to.
You know what? Saquon Barkley is terrific, and we know that. And people love offense. I mean, and I understand it. Defense doesn't get the admiration that it probably should get. But without this defense, there might have been 2 more losses.
Mm-hmm.
As great, and he has really done an unbelievable job.
Oh, yeah.
But he runs the ball, but you got to stop the other team when you're not scoring.
For real.
And it's just, does anybody, come over to the other side of the line in the locker room and say, hey, you guys saved our ass today?
Yeah. Hey, one thing I will say, Jalen does a great job of that, and he's done it even more this year because, of course, he's been, like I told you, he's been getting better every year as a leader. We all not perfect. I'm sure people can find things about me just as much as we can find things about him. He just got the number one spot where everybody's looking, and so I know for him, man, he's been great. He's been somebody who you feel his presence, you see him smiling. Of course, ain't nobody talking about that now. You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't smiling, we winning. Ain't nobody still ain't gonna talk about it. But when we losing and people ain't smiling, then it's like, what's wrong with him? So let me tell you, I think that he's done a great job of having a good balance for himself to be him on top of, kind of appease people too. Because people want to just see you smiling. I get it, but hey, at the end of the day, if a guy ain't got nothing to smile for, it's all good. It's all good because he's serious. When he get that ring though, and he get that trophy, then I know he'll be smiling because I know that's his main goal.
And I'm sure there's other players who have, you're not the only one with a great personality on the team.
Mm-hmm.
On offense that say, hey man, this is, and then kind of try to bring him along a little bit.
I just want him to be him, but I want him to enjoy being him. And so that comes with sometimes like, man, ain't nobody making me be nothing other than myself. And maybe you might get a crack every now and again because, hey, you just want to, like I say, you just want to appease people. Like, hey, you know what? Y'all always talking about me. So here you go. You know what I'm saying? Get him a little laugh. But I know him personally now. And it's like, that dude know what he doing. He know exactly what he doing. And he making sure that at the end of the day, he on his Kobe Bryant right now. You know what I'm saying? It's all serious. And when we get that ring, that's when we can party.
I've never seen a guy change his shoes more than he does. You
Oh,
notice
man.
that?
I've heard about that. Every quarter, right?
Well,
now he can't
so
undo
one
it.
game he had 5 changes, but yesterday he came out with a new pair of, I guess it's Jordan brand of the green, the lime green or whatever. And then the second half, it was clearly a new pair of shoes. He had another pair of shoes on. Like, see,
man, that boy Jay, man, whatever works. Hey, we winning. Hey, I ain't gonna
the Jordan rep
works.
was there yesterday too. The Jordan rep was there yesterday too, so that probably helped.
Oh yeah, dang, he did have a Jordan rep there yesterday.
Yeah.
I meant to meet him just so I could.
Yeah,
hey,
you
man,
want to
what's
get
going
some
on?
of that. Yeah.
How you doing? You need some tickets to the game? You want me to get you some sideline passes? Even though he already got all that, but just the thought that count because boy. Yeah, but no.
I mean, it doesn't change the way he plays, but it's just kind of interesting. I'm saying, wait, he's got another pair of shoes.
Well, you got different shoes for each game.
Hey,
Yeah, but each game, I don't change them in the middle of the game.
I don't know. If you could, you probably would.
Yeah, that's a good point. you knew you would. Different color for each quarter.
You know what?
See,
Hey,
you're giving him ideas.
Yeah, but then I'd have to bring extra headphones to match the headphones.
Something
with the
tells me
shoe.
you'd figure it out. Something tells me you'd figure it out.
Can you imagine me doing that? It'd be ripped
Yes,
for more than I get ripped
I actually
now.
can imagine.
Oh yeah, they get on you.
But I
it's
almost
cool,
got
though.
smoked. Yeah, you saw that guy that Saquon ran over on the sideline?
Oh yeah.
I was standing next to the guy, and I didn't know which way to move.
Yep.
So I moved the right way, and then he smoked the other guy.
Hey, what happened? What happened with you the 1 year? You got
I
hurt.
got my leg broken.
Oh, he
Super Bowl year.
He definitely wouldn't be here right now talking to us if Saquon.
Not with the same smile that you.
Wait a minute! I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't know for 10 days until I got the X-ray.
Oh, okay.
I got before a Sixers game. One of the docs did both. Let me go in the leg. He says your fibula's broken all the way through. I said, what? I says, now what do I do? He says, you should wear a boot. I said, I can't be on the sidelines with a boot. Can I get away without it? He said, just be careful. So I didn't want to tell anybody that I had a broken leg. So I worked 5 games with a broken leg. Don't tell me about being tough.
Oh boy, there we go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That fibula, boy, that thing hurt.
It's a non-weight bearing bone, so I was lucky.
Oh, okay.
I was lucky. If it was the other bone, I'd have been history.
Yeah, it would have been all bad right there.
Yeah, and that would have been Super Bowl year. I would have never forgotten that.
Nah, I'm glad you ain't missed
The guy
out.
and when Torrey Smith was tackled way out of bounds. It should have been a penalty, but it didn't do me any good.
Like we say, I hope them calls come later when we need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully
ones that
officials
we
do a
don't
better
get right
job.
now.
All right.
Still win.
We'll take one more quick break. We'll be back with the rest of the Brandon Graham Show We're at Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly. BG Show is brought to you by Miller Lite. It is Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.
You voted. The ballots are tallied. Now, Sports Radio 94 WIP's Turkey Bowl 6 matchup. Paul the Sixth versus Camden Catholic. Hear all the live high school football play-by-play with Joe DeCamera and John Ritchie, plus Howard Eskin and Devin Caney on the sidelines for the first time broadcast live on WIP Thanksgiving Eve at 7 p.m.
Richards with the touchdown, burning his defender.
94 WIP's Turkey Bowl 6. Presented by Cheney University. Empowering minds, cultivating leaders, shaping futures. And sponsored by Steamfitters Local 420. 121 years of service, 5,000 members strong.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. Whether it's a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, or powerful Ridgeline, turn your dream Honda into reality during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 1.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Passport and a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Pilot or Ridgeline.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of The Pen, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, The Pen is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
You okay?
Sorry, I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Norwegian Cruise Line's Black Friday preview sale is finally here. Enjoy huge savings with 50% off all cruises and NCL's all-new More at Sea package, including unlimited open bar, specialty dining, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
B101 is spreading holiday cheer throughout Philly. Tune in for the soundtrack to your Christmas season, featuring all the holiday songs you love. Christmas music all day, every day. Only on B101, Philly's official Christmas station.
Cap off the NFL week with a chance to win on FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge Casino, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins on tonight's game. Plus, you can build a same-game parlay for Monday Night Football. There's all sorts of ways to build a parlay on FanDuel. My favorite, as always, anytime touchdowns. Love combining all of those. You get great odds, and it always makes the game more enjoyable. Just visit FanDuel.com/Fritz to make every moment more this season. That's FanDuel.com/Fritz. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 94 WIP.
21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. To the rescue this year. The Hess truck's here.
The 60th anniversary Hess Fire Truck with car and motorcycle comes with lights, sounds, and a huge ladder. Only at HessToyTruck.com with free shipping and batteries.
It takes a lot to prepare for game day as a dedicated fan, and preparing the perfect tailgate meal might be most important of all. That's why Hellman's Real Mayonnaise is the MVP. Hellman's Mayonnaise is the secret to bring out the rich and creamy taste to all your game day dishes, from buffalo chicken dip to your favorite sub sandwich and everything in between. So give it a try, and mayo game day be delicious with Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Shop at your local Walmart, Kroger, or grocery store and add some extra deliciousness to your game day dishes this football season.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor,
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop D-O-double-G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guy.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence on us, plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that jingle.
With 24 monthly bill credits for eligible trade-ins and 4 new lines with autopay. Well qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $829.99 credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence available now.
Back to the Brandon Graham Show with Spike and Howard Eskin. Brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Beats on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It's the Brandon Graham Show. We're at Chickies and Pete's in South Philly, as we always are. BG Show is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. Coming up at 7 here at Chickies and Pete's and on your radio and on YouTube is the Players Lounge with Ike Reese and Hugh Douglas and Elliott Shore Parks. And this week's guest is Jordan Mailata. We all heard yesterday in Los Angeles, it sounded like more Eagles fans there than Rams fans. Did it sound so yesterday, a lot of Eagles fans there, sounded like a home game. Did it sound as loud from Eagles fans on the field as it did?
Oh, yeah, you seen green everywhere. You seen green everywhere, man. When people said it was a home game, I mean, I get it. But, boy, we travel well. And then we got a bunch of LA fans out there, too, that's with us. So I'm excited about that.
The injury itself, so that's you have to get surgery on that, I assume. Is it surgery and then rehab, or is it just wait a while and see what happens?
Yeah, my bad.
No
my
worries.
bad, y'all. I had to tell my guy. You know who it was.
No worries.
I had to tell my guy that I'm all right. I'm gonna call him in a minute.
All right.
But
surgery, yeah.
Surgery, probably. I'm gonna try to do it. Next week, so I can at least travel with the team one last time.
Okay.
For this week, and I mean that's the goal, and then we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, man, I'm just trying to get this thing done so we can get started, start counting the days, and to where I get back full strength, and we just see what happens.
And then as far as your snaps that are replaced, you mentioned the guys who are already playing edge for you guys. Is there anything creatively, like, is that something, could Milton Williams, could he play edge? Could they put Bond there? Are there other things they could do with other personnel that we haven't seen in that spot, do you think?
Yep. I think I really do think that Vic will definitely come up with some good little schemes to put people in good positions so that it won't seem like we're missing a beat.
Yeah,
and I think he does a great job with that. So I mean, I can't wait to see what the game plan is, be around all week, and just make sure that I'm there for them boys.
I don't know that I want to take Bond out of what he does. He's so good right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all over the place.
Boy,
Yeah.
that boy, hey, he made a good little knockdown, didn't he? Man.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
Crazy.
Nakobe yesterday, too, was all over the place. You guys looked possessed yesterday.
Let me tell you. Hey, them boys with big question marks coming in, huh?
Yep.
And I told y'all boys, man. I mean, I'm just happy that we ain't done nothing and everybody hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just loving the hunger. I see these boys every day. I see them training, stuff that y'all don't see. Y'all only see on Sundays. But these boys have really worked their butt off. Then they got a good coach at that really preach, like, being together. Even like with the whole turnover balls and all that stuff that they do in their room, they collect them together, they put them in there. Ain't nobody bigger than the group, and I love that because it really ain't nobody bigger than the group. We all just make our plays when they come to them. Of course, we do our dance and we be hyped for it, but when you look at the film, if I don't get a sack sometimes because the coverage, it's a cover sack. and the DBs did their job, and so I was able to get a couple extra seconds, and bam, I hit it. But then sometimes I just made a heck of a play, and I got there faster, and we might have had an open guy, but he couldn't get there because I got there so fast. So it all works together, and you know that it's all football is the biggest team sport ever. And so whenever you get individuals, what you're gonna have sometimes, you got to be able to check those individuals, not in a bad way, but it's like, hey, you don't see what I see, and with you being selfish, man, that's gonna hurt us in the end, because I need you to do exactly what you want your friends, what you want your teammates to do for you. You got to do that for them, and you know it works together. You can still get everything that you want, but you got to make sure that you willing to give up yourself in order for your teammates to want to give up of themselves. And so, yeah, man, I'm always preaching that. So it's cool to see them guys like Nakobe and them working together, communicating, being on the same page, and then everything is now showing up for them boys, man. Because them boys, man, that just don't happen by accident. You got to put that work in, and because if everybody could do it, they would. But this a different mindset you got to have with this sport. And them boys, knowing that they backs was up against the walls and people didn't know what they was gonna do, came out and it's doing right now. And I hope they continue to keep elevating that game, because they just getting started for real.
Last year, the end of the season obviously wasn't good, and that's in the past. I don't want to bring it up other than make reference. This team is so much more physical. It's just how does a coach and teach physicality and the way that a lot of the guys on your defense hit? How do you teach that? Or is that just within the person? Just is it understanding? What is it that helps this team be as physical as they are defensively?
Well, I just would say that these boys,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean,
these guys are hitting, boy.
Hey, they hungry. Everybody working for them contracts. Not saying that that's always the case, but I just feel like that put a lot of stuff in perspective for a lot of people too. It's like all or nothing. We don't know. Every year, like I say, Howie is picking new guys for this year coming up. He already got a board. You know that if this don't pan out, some guys gonna stay, some guys gonna go, and there's gonna be a totally different team this year coming up. But you know, if we do it right, maybe he might scratch some people and might be able to afford some people to keep them here, because of, you know, sometimes you don't always get lucky to keep the same guys like we have, and they do a great job of keeping most of the main guys. And yeah, man, I just think that these guys just hungry. A little bit of Coach Sirianni preaching it all the time. Then, you know, us handling the way we did it from last year to this year. It's like, man, we don't want to look like that. So a lot of guys have stepped up in a big way, like Nakobe and them. And then you got a Zach Bond who was down in New Orleans, but he was killing, but he wasn't killing like he killing now, you know, because people giving him an opportunity here for real. And so I just know that, man, I just want to see them guys keep taking that next level in their game, and I want to be there to help them through it.
All right, man. Well, didn't want to see your season end this way, but understand you have a lot of fans in Philadelphia, and we love Brandon Graham, and you truly are an Eagle we can be proud of, man. So, and you were right. You said you'd get better as the season gone on. I was like, he's full of it. But you're right.
Hey, I'm just happy that because what I got that first year, man, BG, you said this last year. You did this last year. I'm like, okay. But if I don't be positive about it, I don't think we get here. You know, because it's so much negative, man. It's so easy to be negative, man. So you got to go against, because what I say to people, never count somebody out. Yeah, they might be going through something right here this year, but wait next year, you know, watching, you know, what a year does for some people, man. And I'm telling you, I never give up on nobody, man, because people, we all got something deep inside of us that once we find it and we turn it on, man, it ain't no stopping us. So I know that, you know, I'm happy that my team is only getting better as we go, and we only going to keep getting better. And it's going to be sad when we holding that trophy. We're going to have fun, but it's going to be sad because it's over.
Good luck on the rehab. We're going to win it this year for BG, right? Yeah.
We getting it.
All right. All right, the Players Lounge is next with Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, Elliott Shore Parks, and Jordan Mailata. This has been the Brandon Graham Show, brought to you by Miller Lite. It is Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.
Cap off the NFL week with a chance to win.